So today's video I'm so excited for. I'm like sweating. And this always happens to me when I sit down and film these kinds of videos. Like I get major anxiety and like I'm sweating. In like my boob area, I'm sweating all over the place. But today's video is very, very, very special to me because it is the day where I talk all about this guy and these guys. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you already know what I'm talking about and you've already seen swatches. And if you saw yesterday's video, then you already know as well. But I have teamed up with ColourPop once again to come out with a brand new little collection and I'm so happy with it. So this is what the quad looks like, and the quad is called Where the Night Is, which if you've been following me for a long time, you guys know that I had come out with a quad a few months back, like back in April, with ColourPop called Where the Light Is, and this is what it looks like. So Where the Light Is now has a new sexy sister. I am so proud of this quad specifically because when I did this one, when I did the Where the Light Is quad, I really had a vision in mind and I wanted it very natural. I mean, there is like a really intense gold and a nice glittery brown, but Cornelius is a very matte light shade and Glow is a matte white. I wanted something that was very soft and wearable for every day, but when it came to Where the Night Is, I knew that I wanted something bold and different. And I'm gonna get into the names and how I came up with the names and how I came up with the whole thing here in a second. But I quickly did want to tell you guys that this is now available. If you do follow me on Instagram, this is now available to purchase right now. It went live today, December 26th, and I will link it down below. I will link the quad and the lip products down below. You know, the quad is $20 and the lippy stick and lippy pencils, they're $5 each. So very, very affordable. I will have the ColourPop website down below so you guys can check it out. And I have something really, 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 really exciting to talk about. So now all of the eyeshadows sold in my quads can be purchased individually. You can get all 8 of these eyeshadows individually. So if you like 3 from here and you like 2 from here, you can buy 5 of those 5 eyeshadows. You know, you don't have to commit to the quads. But I will say that if you guys are interested, like if you already have this, because before you couldn't buy these individually. So if you already have this and you're like, cool, I want the sister, you know, I want the packaging, you have to buy the whole thing in order to get the box. So if you only like one eyeshadow, then only buy one of the eyeshadows, or if you don't like any of them, don't buy any of them. But you know what I mean. So let's say you only like one of them, you can buy that single eyeshadow alone and then that's it. But you don't get like the cute little packaging, which I really, really love. So if you do like all 4, then just go ahead and buy the quad because you get the cool box to go with it. So then you can have like the little sisters together. Aww. So I'm firstly gonna go ahead and swatch and talk about the Where the Night Is box, and then I'll go into the lip products. But I did want to tell you guys really quickly about that you can buy these eyeshadows individually, because I get tweets all the time saying like, oh my gosh, I hit pan on Blaze. Blaze is my favorite eyeshadow, but I don't want to buy the entire quad all over again for one eyeshadow, which now you can do that. So if there's one in here that you've hit pan on and that you've used the whole thing up and never wanted to commit to getting all of them again, you can purchase that one shadow. You could do it. Okay, so moving on. Here we are. This is Where the Night Is. And it's so funny. I really quickly want to tell you guys about how I came up with this name. So originally we were only going to do 3 eyeshadows. We were going to do them and they were going to be sold individually and it wasn't going to be a quad. And then I was sitting at home, or sitting here. I'm not home yet. I was sitting here and I was watching Breaking Bad with Danny and I was eating popcorn, and for some reason my mind just wandered. And I was like, how cool would it be if I made one more eyeshadow with ColourPop? Like if we did 4 eyeshadows and we made a quad and I named it Where the Night Is. Like for some reason it just hit me one night watching Breaking Bad. And I immediately text Jordan, which is my friend over at ColourPop, and I gave her the idea and she's like, I love that idea, let me run it by the peeps at ColourPop, and they love the idea too. So I feel so proud of this because it was just an idea I had like one night watching Breaking Bad, like the name of this, and I thought it was cute and clever since I already had Where the Light Is, and I'm very, 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 very proud of it. And I came up with that name because I had already chosen 3 like nighttime shades. To be honest, these aren't really like nighttime shades. These are just shades that I personally would wear at night. I mean, I would wear these during the day as well. Who am I kidding? But I like them for like nighttime going out kind of colors. So this is what the box looks like, and you just open it up, and here are the eyeshadows, and I love them so very much. And you just open up this little box and they just fall right out. So I'm gonna go one by one and tell you guys the colors and how I came up with the name. So I'm gonna start with my all-time favorite one out of all 4 of them, and it is this one right here. And it is a really, really stunning rose gold. And this one is called Weenie, which I know is a really, really weird name. When I created the Where the Light Is quad, I named one of the eyeshadows Cornelius, because Cornelius is my oldest dog and I love him so much. So I knew when I created another quad that I wanted to include my other 2 dogs in the quad as well. So I decided to name the pink one after my little weenie girl. So this one is named Weenie after Celine. I was getting tons of questions on Instagram like, wow, why didn't you name one of them Celine? Like, way to go, you named one Porter and one Cornelius. Screw Celine. But actually Weenie is named after Celine. If you guys have been following me for a really long time, and I'm talking like a really long time, like when I adopted Celine from the Humane Society, and I was going back and forth on Twitter. I didn't know what to name her. I personally wanted to name Celine Hazel. Like, that was the name I wanted to name her. Like, the second I saw her, I knew I wanted her name to be Hazel, and Danny didn't want her name to be Hazel. And he was hell-bent on naming her Celine, from the girl from Underworld. Her name is Celine. He loves that movie. So he was like, I really want Celine, I really want Celine, I really want Celine. And I wanted Hazel, but in his defense, I named Porter and Cornelius. So, you know. Her name, of course, ended up being Celine, which now I look at her and I can't picture her, like, having any other name. Like, to me, she's a Celine. But I hated it so much in the beginning that I would just call her my Celine Weenie, and I would, like, touch her and be like, oh, you're my little Celine Weenie, that it just stuck. So we've been calling her that ever since. Now we just kind of refer to her as Weenie or Celine. It depends. So yeah, that one is Weenie, and it's definitely my favorite one. ColourPop has another rose gold eyeshadow called Lala, but it has a lot more copper to it. This one is more of like a true rose gold, and I love it. And it's so beautiful. I will link a tutorial down below where I used this like in the center of my lid. Yesterday's tutorial, and it was like a halo eye. Beautiful. I love this shade. So yes, anyway, moving on. This one is a really, really intense like chartreuse color. It's a little bit of green and a little bit of gold like combined in one. This is actually the eyeshadow I'm wearing on my lid. I have other eyeshadows, of course, but like the main pop of color on my lid is this bad boy right here. This tutorial will be up sometime next week, I think on Monday, but I'm not exactly sure yet. But anyway, I love this shade. This is probably the most bold or the most like unwearable, but I wanted something really unique that I don't really have in my collection. The reason I came up with this eyeshadow is because I was Googling, this is really weird, but I was Googling red carpet dresses that like celebrities have worn, and I found this dress that was this exact color. And it was described as a like chartreuse color, so I started Googling like things that were the color of chartreuse, and I sent them to like Jordan at ColourPop, and I was like, I want something exactly like this, and they did it exactly how I envisioned it. And this one is called Telepathy, and I know that that seems like a really weird name, like that has nothing to do with me. I don't know, it's the first name that came to mind, so I just went with my gut feeling and I named it Telepathy. I'm strange like that. This one can be very wearable if you pair it with like bronzy or gold shades. Like, you can make this wearable. You could even put this like on the lower lash line as a pop of color and have like something very neutral and natural on the top. So yes, I love this eyeshadow. Okay, so this next one is named after my 3rd dog. I have 3 dogs. And it is called Porter, which is my tiny little Yorkie. Out of all my dogs, he's the one that's like attached to me, like by the hip. Like, he doesn't leave my side. My other dogs are more independent and like have a life, but I am Porter's life. He's like, can I be with you all day, please? Oh look, speaking of which, Porter, my Porty boy, came to say hi. Look at him, he's a little puppy. You have an eyeshadow named after you. How do you feel about that? So this is the first eyeshadow I came up with. Like, when ColourPop approached me to do like 3 shades, this was the first one in my mind. And I wanted a really, really, really deep reddish burgundy with a ton of like gold glitter in it. And it also has like pink glitters in it as well. You can't really tell unless you're really, really up close, but it has a bunch of little pink sparkles in it too. And I love this shade so much. This is also the eyeshadow I used all over my lid in yesterday's tutorial. There's just so many ways you can wear this eyeshadow because it doesn't have a sheen to it. I mean, there's glitter in it, but it doesn't have like a weird sheen. So you could even use this like on the outer corners and like drag this into your crease, and it's not gonna look weird or shimmery. It's just gonna look a little bit like glittery and fun. And I really love it on the lower lash line. It looks so incredible on the lower lash line. I love it, I love it. There's so many ways you could use this eyeshadow. And then last but certainly not least is this bad boy right here, and this one is called Midnight. And all I told Jordan was I want a black, like a black base with a crap ton of gold glitter. So much glitter that you could barely even tell that it's black. And then this came out. And if you look really closely, it has a bunch of little purple glitters in it as well, which I think gives it a cool little unique twist. You can't tell unless you're really close to it, but I love, 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 love this eyeshadow. It kind of looks like a vintage black gold. It looks so pretty all over the lid. I will be doing a tutorial using this shade as like the main focus coming up soon. And I love it. And I named it Midnight because it just, I don't know, it reminded me of midnight. Again, I'm something that if it just pops into my head, that's what I go with, and it just popped into my head. Midnight. When I initially swatched this eyeshadow on Instagram, a lot of people thought that it looked really similar to Blaze, but they're actually like completely different. This one's more black and Blaze is like 100% a bronze color. They just both have a ton of glitter in it. Okay, so those were all the eyeshadows in my Where the Night Is box. Now I'm gonna talk about the lippy sticks I came out with. So I have 2 lippy sticks and 2 matching lippy pencils. And I'm gonna talk about the nude first. I have been wanting to come out with like a nude shade for a while now. And to be honest, I don't think anything will replace Lumiere in my heart. I think to me, Lumiere is like my perfect creation. I love Lumiere. It's at the top of my list, but I really freaking love this one. And this one is called Aquarius. And if you guys didn't know, I am an Aquarius. My birthday is January 27th. So I named this one Aquarius. And this is a really, really pretty nude shade. I don't exactly know how to describe it. To me, it's like a neutral nude. It's not too like mauvey, it's not too pink, it's not too like brown. It's a neutral nude. And I love it. It goes with so many different looks. I wore it in yesterday's tutorial. And this is a cream finish. My favorite finishes from ColourPop are the matte ones, but I wanted the nude to have like a gloss to it, because so many people when they put on nude lipstick they top it off with like a nude gloss anyway, because I think nude lips look really pretty matte, but I also think they look really pretty glossy. So I decided to come out with like a cream finish. It's not necessarily there because I think they have a glossy finish, but it's very, very creamy and it has a really, really pretty shine to it. I love the finish of this. I'm so happy that I went with a cream instead of a matte. And the lip liner is different. The lip liner is a little bit more pink. It's still a nude, but it has a little bit of a stronger pink undertone than this does. This one is like straight up neutral. This is a little bit pinkier. I have swatches on Instagram where I'm wearing this by itself. I'm also wearing this by itself, and then I have a picture wearing both of them combined. So that is Aquarius. They're both called Aquarius, by the way, but this is Aquarius. And then the other lippy stick and pencil I came out with are these, and these are called Taurus. And if you guys didn't know, Danny's birthday is May 2nd. He's a Taurus. So I decided to name this one Taurus. And this one is a really, really warm brown. It's a little bit deep. It's a dark brown, but it's not like super dark. It's not like Limbo from ColourPop or like the Kylie Lip Kit in True Brown, which is like super dark. This one is a little bit lighter and a little bit warmer. It has a lot of warmth to it, which is what I envisioned. I wanted like a super warm brown. And this is a matte finish. So, so beautiful. These wear so comfortably on the lips. This is like unlike any other matte lipstick I have. They're so incredibly comfortable. I love the ColourPop matte lippies. I love them. And then the lip liner is actually not as warm. So the lip liner looks like a true dark brown. Not like super dark, but it's definitely a true brown, whereas the lippy stick is a lot warmer. So on Instagram, I also have a picture wearing this by itself, wearing this one by itself, and then combined, because the swatch I'm about to show you is actually these 2 products combined. And just like the swatch you saw of Aquarius not that long ago was these 2 products combined as well. So yeah, those were the swatches and the names of the shades. A lot of you guys wanted to know how I came up with the shades and how I came up with the names. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it wasn't weird. But I do want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I've gotten so much support over this quad. I've gotten a few people telling me like that's extremely unwearable, I don't like it, but so many of you have been so supportive and I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys make my day on a daily freaking basis. I feel like I'm a much happier person because of you guys. Like, you guys are so freaking sweet. And without you, all of these collabs are not possible. I know I've been coming out with like collabs left and right, and I'm so sorry. They're products I truly, 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 truly love with all my heart, and I hope you love them too. And I totally understand if you don't want to purchase it. Just your moral support is enough for me, to be completely honest. You watching my videos and commenting and being so sweet, that is enough for me. And I know for those of you who cannot get ColourPop in your country, I am hoping that in the near future ColourPop will ship worldwide. I hope so. I totally feel your pain, and I'm so sorry. I just wanted to tell you guys before this video ended that I love you so much, and I wish nothing but good health and happiness to everybody watching this. And I hope your New Year's Eve is fabulous. I hope that the new year, I hope 2016 is your freaking year, okay? It's going to be your year. It's going to be amazing, and I wish nothing but good things for you. Nothing but good things. I love you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being my #1 supporters. You guys mean the world to me. And I know I tell you guys thank you all the time, but I really need to thank you because I freaking love you. I do. Thank you so much. And I really hope you enjoy my new Where the Night Is collection. I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.